Hi, welcome to Digital with Darren. I have a master's degree in physics at Imperial College London and graduated in 1997. I designed satellites at Matra Marconi Space, and I spent 20 years as a quantitative trader on proprietary and flow trading desks in the City of London. Right, so today's daily coding question is as follows. You are given an array representing the heights of neighbouring buildings on a city street from east to west. The city assessor would like you to write an algorithm that returns how many of these buildings have a view of the setting sun in order to properly value the street. For example, given the array 378361, you should return 3. Since the top floors of the buildings with heights 8, 6 and 1 all have an unobstructed view to the west. Can you do this using just one forward pass-through array? So, this is what I do. First of all, we set a variable equal to the array that's given. Of course, this can change, so we can choose any numbers that we want. Now, I've actually written a function below, although I've done a different piece of code here. And this is actually the function. I've called it west looker, just because we look to the west. And here we see it takes in one parameter, buildings, which is an array of buildings, and returns the number of buildings that can see the sun setting. So we go through. The first thing that we do is we know that the most westerly building can always see the sunset. So we set this variable counter, and I've just called it can see, but we've actually set it to the value 1 because the first building always sees the sun irrespective of how high it is. Next, we set an initial height, and the reason we set an initial height is that, or a maximum height, is that if the buildings to the left hand side or to the east side of the adjacent buildings are shorter in height, they will not be able to see the west. So we know that the building on the far west hand side is the initial height, so we'll call that height max, and anything taller than that gets new height max thereafter. And the way we do that is we set this variable height max is equal to the buildings array, and we take the index, the last element of the index, which is actually buildings.length minus 1. Remember that indices are based at 0, so they start from 0. So an index of length 10, its 10th element in the array is actually of value 9 because it starts at 0 and goes to 10. So it's 10 minus 1. Now the next part is to go through the array, but this time we're going through the array backwards. And in order to do that, when we do an increment, we start at the top, the highest length. We're actually starting at length minus 2. And the reason why is because we don't want to start on the end building. So if the end building is buildings.length minus 1, then the next building in, so that's the next building to the east, is building.length minus 2. So that's our initial starting point. And our final ending point is at index 0 when we get to I equals 0. And we're going backwards, so we do I minus minus, which is I is reducing in value by 1 each time. Now, we set this condition. If buildings I, so if the index of the building that we're inspecting is greater than height max, well then can see, which is our counting variable, increases by 1. Next, the height max will therefore increase if that condition is satisfied, and it will equal buildings I. And we just keep going backwards through the array until we get 0. And finally, we return the can see variable. We call this in the console by doing console.log, and we run the function west looker buildings, and we can run it and press F5 on our keyboard to execute the code. and we see it running, and we get this value, good views is equal to value 3. And that's it. Thank you for watching the video. So, thank you for watching my video. I hope it was helpful. And if you did like it, then please press the thumbs up like button and also press the follow button below. I will have more programming videos and also some trading and math ones to come too. Thank you very much.